All right. Welcome in to the latest episode of MOACA Sports. As y'all know, it is I, Les Fro, and I got my man Panero P with me. P, how you feeling, my G?
Peace. Happy New Year to everybody out there, from men of a certain age on sports.
No question, man. As we're taping this is Saturday, New Year's Eve, right?
The eve of the eve, baby.
That's what they call it, right? So
Yeah.
we live and direct on a Saturday evening, chopping it up with MOACA Sports, man. Now, thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down low. P, let's get to it. How was your holiday, man?
Yeah, man, the holiday was expensive. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm trying to get my way back. I'm trying to get my way back into the black, is what they call it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'll take it as this. You had a lot of love to give, and you gave it.
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Right.
We'll put it like that, since 'tis the season, right? You know what I mean?
No doubt.
But yeah, man, again, always, thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate you for taking some time out to see what we got to say. And we got a lot to say, man. So as I said, it is Saturday, December 30th. And before the show started, the NBA got busy today with a big trade directly with the Blue and Orange letting go of RJ Barrett. What you call RJ?
Canadian bacon.
So he going back to the crib. So he got a smile on his face about that. And then you got IQ in that trade going, and a second round pick for OG Adenabi. Odenabi is how you pronounce it. So let's take a look at OG and let's see what the Knicks are acquiring for those picks. And then as we look at some of this footage of OG, P, you can give me your feelings on the trade and whatnot. So let's go ahead and pull up OG's work one time.
Let's go.
And it just so happens that it was against us
The blue and orange
in the Mecca. So let's check his work out one time, P. And to be truthful with you, I like the trade.
Man, I'm gonna tell you how I actually feel.
Give it to me.
Really feel. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna watch the highlights first.
Go ahead and give it to me as we watch
My
this.
thing
work.
is, bro, I mean, the Knicks have a lot of guys that need the ball, to handle the ball, to score. You know what I'm saying? Like RJ, like IQ. Even though IQ comes off the bench, and I love IQ. You know what I mean? They need the ball to score. They need to dominate the ball. This kid, man, he don't need the ball. You know what I'm saying? He gonna swing. He gonna shoot it. He gonna catch and shoot, and he has a high basketball IQ. You know what I mean? And he's a good defender. He's an excellent defender. So in the East, we got boys that's coming at us. You know what I'm saying? The Celtics, the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody that's going to defend, catch and shoot, and don't really need plays ran for them. You know what I'm saying? Because we already got two people dominating the ball as it is. So I think it's a win for us. It's a win for Canadian bacon to go back to Canada. We may miss a little bit of, IQ, but I think by osmosis we're gonna figure that out. Anunoby is a Tibbs. He a Tibbs type defensive type dude too. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll fit in well. I think it's going to elevate the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? People think it's going, because we're going to be missing some scoring here and there, but that's going to be picked up. I think Mitch Robinson when he come back, he's going to be nice. And then they got this kid Precious Atua also in the trade, right? So we're building depth, and I think it's going to be good for the Knicks, man. We're going to be better for it, defensively.
I agree with you totally. And for me, that Precious pickup is big too, to give some added depth to the Knicks.
Right.
But you look at OG's game. OG is a long wing.
You
know what I mean? He shoots the three. You know what I mean? He kind of bouncy. And it's not as much. Last time we talked, and Knick fans, y'all gotta forgive me, man. I was saying Sims and I was meaning Grimes.
Right.
The whole time. Pardon self. But what I'm getting at is, OG is a little bit different than Vincenzo.
Right.
A little bit different than Hart. He's longer than both of them. And to me, he's better than RJ.
Right.
And really that's really
pretty much what it is.
What it comes down to. And then also, now he is a unrestricted free agent at the end of the season, right? So, you got to kind of, as they say, recruit him, get him feeling good about the city, feeling good about playing in New York, feeling good about being a Knick. And then, you talk, extending him at the end of the season. But, for me, last time we chopped it up, I was saying it was too much redundancy with the Knicks. You know what I mean? Too much of the same damn dude. You sub Hart out and you put Grimes in, and it's like, yo,
same guy,
same dude. Different shade. You know what I'm saying? Different haircut, I should say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was well needed. The Knicks needed to do something, man, because they right now. Let's take a look and see in the standings right now where everybody is looking.
The Anunoby ain't the same kind of player. Those other players are looking the same, coming off the bench, putting the same jersey on pretty much, and doing the same thing. He come out there, man. He gonna D up. He gonna hit the open shot. You know what I'm saying? He's strong, man. He's a strong kid, man. This is the upgrade for the blue and orange.
For the blue and orange, no question. So you look at the Eastern Conference right now, and the Knicks are 7th in the East. 17 and 14, 3 above 500.
Right.
13 and 8 in the conference, 8 and 4 at home, 9 and 10 on the road, 5 and 5 in their last 10.
Right.
And they currently on a 2-game losing streak. And when we talked earlier in the season, before the season started, we picked them to finish 4th?
Yeah.
And
we had no idea Orlando was going to be that good.
Yeah, definitely didn't see Orlando 19 and 12. They in the conference they 14 and 9. At home they 12 and 4. So they holding serve when we just saw they work at home last night with the Knicks. And the Knicks play the Pacers tonight. And that's a 7-8 battle.
Right.
Shit. They a game behind us, and they on a 2-game heater.
Right.
So
it's important to win,
And tonight, Brunson didn't have his usual game last night.
Right.
But tonight he got that boy.
Albert.
Exactly.
Ugh.
And correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first time Obi get us right.
Tonight?
Yeah, I'm saying I don't remember the Knicks playing the Pacers.
No.
That's what I'm saying. This would be the first
right.
time.
This would be the first time. Yep.
You know, and what about the Pistons, Lord? They ain't won a game. They 2-29, 28 in a row.
They trying to set a record, a loss of losses. A backwards record.
They won one game at the crib and one on the road. Man, that's heavy. You know what I mean? They got Monty out there. They played somebody they played the C's the other night now, and I watched that game. And they had ex-Knicks out there jacking threes. I'm like, what's my man's name that was with the Knicks? Burks.
He out there jacking threes, huh?
Man, he out there jacking threes like he's Steph Curry. I'm like, come on.
That's why they had a losing streak.
That's why y'all 20. That's why y'all 20 L's in a row right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I like the trade. As I was telling my brother, man, I would have rather had Siakam.
Right.
If we could have got Siakam, we would be really rocking. But you know, Toronto ain't looking to give.
No, they're not looking to deal, right?
You know, they 12-19. Yeah, but you know, and IQ and RJ is gonna help them.
Oh yeah, I mean it works out for Toronto also because it looks like IQ might be they starting point, you know, or he might be on the floor much more, and he can score, and you know they need a lift,
right,
in the guard position, and RJ being at home with his homemade bacon, he might flourish, you know. Right. Sometimes it's environment. You know, shout out to RJ, man. You know, I say a lot of shit about RJ, man. But shout out to RJ. Good luck with everything, man. I hope you do well.
Shout out to them, man. You know, them boys out in TO. We gonna see y'all. We gonna bang with y'all because y'all in the East. So, exactly. You know, we gonna see y'all a couple times again. So, man, like hopefully OG come in and provide the spark we need to win a couple games, man, and move up a couple spots because they really, you know, couple 2-3 game win streak, they could jump right up to, you know, 5-4. You know what I'm saying?
It won't take much for them to get on a winning streak and jump up in the rankings. You know what I'm saying? In the East,
because the Sixers and you know the Bucks, I gotta admit, I thought the Sixers would take a step back, but they didn't.
Yeah.
You know they got that T-Max and Zaymax. They got your man T-Max out there. T-Max is a monster, man.
Maxie Priest is a beast. Once they got rid of Harden, he was like, okay, it's my time.
I got the keys now.
Watch this. Yeah.
Now let's go out west. Let's go west, young man. You look west. But the T-Wolves, man. I bet you didn't. We didn't even have them. Neither one of these cats in the in the playoffs, we might have talked about them being in the play-in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, they running both of these teams, young boys. You know?
That's because your man Ant Live ain't no joke.
Yeah, Ant Live is the deal. You know, and quietly, the Clippers.
Yeah, man.
I told you.
I didn't think they would gel, though. You know what I'm saying? I really had doubts with Harden coming in there saying that he was the what was he saying? He is the system.
Yeah, he is a system, right?
So don't disturb his groove because they're getting it in.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Balling, man. I like him.
Don't disturb his groove.
Yeah, he said he's the system, right? Shit.
Right. That's no question about that, man. But look at these dudes right here, though. Right chin. The Lakers and the Suns in 8 and 9.
Yeah.
They say KD already twitchy. He already like looking
ready
around
to jump
like,
ship.
Yeah, man, looking around like, yo, give me some more. That's what he talked about out there.
I love KG, but it's never his fault, is it? Shit, let me get up out of here, man. These motherfuckers ain't shit.
I mean, shit, Brad Bill. Look at in the conference, they 11-11, they 8-9 at the crib, 8-6 on the road. They 4-6 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. You know, they're
too talented, bro, to have that type of record.
But they don't have nobody else besides KD and Booker. You know, Brad ain't played, so he ain't giving them nothing. And the rest of the team is like G League All-Stars.
And it's got to be frustrating for KD. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be frustrating. But so, I mean, what's Bradley Bill's? I mean, what is his comeback? I mean, when is he coming back? Or what the problem is?
to come back, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, yo. I don't know, man. But you look down here in the 13 spot. You see that young boy, Jock, came back, man. Let's look at some of them highlights from Jock and against the Clip Show.
And on the scoop,
and that's like we were saying, they've been gelling as of late.
Yeah,
Clips. This is gonna be hard. They're gonna have to try to get to the play-in.
And this is for Kawhi he was out. Right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying about the Grizz. They're gonna have to try to get to the play-in because they had won like 3 in a row when Ja first came back, and then they lost this one, and then they lost the other night because he didn't play against Denver. Denver blew their ass out.
Ooh.
Oh no!
The old Harden floaties.
Yeah. Don't reach.
Please don't. Yeah, I was watching this last night before I passed out.
Splash.
Yeah, that Josh he's just a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you.
Yeah.
I just want a ball, man.
He definitely just want to come out there and take somebody heart.
Ooh. Good pass.
Russ. Splash.
Okay, Russ. Yeah, the Clippers got some chemistry going there, fam. You know?
Well, you got to figure once they staggered the minutes, like they have all them boys out there on the court at the same time for an extended stretch. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be
play. And then Ty Lue is actually a good coach too. You know,
gotta salute him.
I could see Ty Lue talking to them boys like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, motherfucker, you need to step your shit up. Quit bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together.
Deep.
Especially if you're a former player, you know what's going on out there, man. Let them boys know, man. Shit, get your shit together. Shot, Russ.
Now you know you in trouble when Russ starts shooting.
When he starts shooting that shit and making it.
Yeah. Oh.
Pass, baby.
Russ. Springs.
Yeah. See, Memphis came down there. You got to get it going. Ah. You got to get it going quick.
And see, you know what the difference is with them is they got a bench. They still got your man. What's my man's name? Man coming in off the bench from Florida State.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And
okay, pass, Russ.
And your man is a bucket getter. What's your man name that played with the Raptors? The guard, there you go, right there.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he a baller. It looked like he just came. They saw him at the store. It was like, you want to play for the Clippers? Motherfucker was getting the 40 out of the motherfucker out of the fridge. They was like, yeah, I'll come play with y'all. Hold on, let me pay for this.
Oh, get that. It's gonna be interesting.
Bane with the short arms.
He's shooting that shit from deep, right?
Out of it, don't he? Bane be balling too, man. I fuck with Bane. Yeah, man. If Memphis got it, without Ja, they couldn't really get it going. Now he back. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to make a run, which they're able to do, I think.
So the Clip Show ended up winning that game, but let's get into SGA, man. SGA is an issue.
Canadian bacon motherfucker.
Man, Olympic team, it's gonna be an issue.
Gonna be a
You know
problem.
what I mean?
Ooh, dime.
And the boy Chet ain't scared, man.
Yeah,
I hate to keep saying that he ain't scared, man, but the boy be putting the joint behind his back. Come on, man. He's serious out here.
I'm always serious.
Siri listening like a mother.
He agreed.
From deep.
Shot, Chet.
I don't know how to respond.
I think they jumped out on Denver quick, and then Denver couldn't really. I was watching; they couldn't really get back into it. You know,
don't do it out here, Joker. Man, shit. This in Denver, too, Lord.
Lay.
Go get it.
Go get it.
So now let me get this. Let me get this off. Damn, look at
No, give me.
Let me get this off my chest. Oh, get it down.
Lay down.
So here we go.
Remember? No! Canoes is good! Canoes with Gary! Canoes!
So Gary and them was getting at it this week. Mad Dog was giving out his 5 centers.
Oh, wow.
And he put Moses on his Rushmore. So let me put it to you, Lord. Moses or Diesel?
You asking me?
I'm asking you. Give it to me.
Asking me, man. Come on, man.
Moses or Diesel?
I love 444, but man, come on, man.
You going
I'm going with the Diesel, baby.
All right, I hear you. Man. I hear you on that. It's hard not to say Shaq. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and I didn't see 444 in his prime when he was with Philly. He wasn't prime. He might have been a tick off of prime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you figure when he took the Rockets to the finals against Boston, like in '81.
Right. I remember that.
This is when he prime, and now so this is 2 years later, '83. But Moses was 30 points, 20 boards, Lord.
Yeah. I think that in his role, when he got with Philly, he didn't need to do as much. You know what I'm saying? I think Moses played for the Braves at one point, man.
For a quick hot second.
Yeah, for a second. So he was highly touted. I think he was out of he had a high school, fam?
Yeah, him and AD was with the Braves for a hot chicken sandwich. Right. You know what I'm saying?
For a hot 4-piece.
Yeah.
No biscuit around this one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, it was interesting. And I'm like, I hit my brother. Of course, I hit one of my brothers.
I was going to ask you if you hit your brother up about it.
Yeah, I hit him. Not my bro that's coming on later, but my other brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he went 4-4-4. You know what I'm saying? And like
statistically, I think they may have something there, but when it comes to just impact on the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pure dominance.
And
pure dominance. There's no question.
That's a good question, though, Fro. That's a hell of a question, man. Who was his other?
I can't remember.
Recall it.
I just know that he had Moses before Shaq, and that was what sparked the debate. Was you can't have Moses, and I was like, I didn't see prime Moses. You know what I'm saying? When he went against the Celtics in 81, I'm 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm watching, but I ain't watching. You know what I'm saying?
It's on though.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But by the time he got with Doc in 83, I'm watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the most we got of him when he was with Philly. And his role, he didn't. I mean, obviously the offense going through Doc, but he was a hell of a rebounder and scorer too. You know?
Exactly.
So, and he has some big ass feet too. That motherfucker.
And like my brother was saying, he could shoot it from the outside. Obviously not 3, but
Right.
you know,
He had mid-range game.
right? That mid-range game, off the glass, you know, footwork, drop step, you know, led the
He was
league.
hard to defend. Very hard to defend.
Led the league in rebounding 6 times, you know, 2-time MVP. So we ain't disrespecting Shaq. You know what I mean?
Right.
I deferred to my brother on that one. You know what I mean? But shit, you know, Shaq was a monster, and I seen all of Shaq. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about Shaq was, fam, it was like you had to. He changed the way you operated as a team. Like you had to have another big to foul him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had to have somebody else come off the bench. They had to change the equipment because he was bringing down the whole fucking backboard and all kind of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was getting fouled so much that they weren't even calling it. Oh my God. You know how Josh gets to taking off from the dots on motherfuckers. I don't know. It just Shaq changed the entire NBA. You know?
And then it's no doubt the most dominant cat ever in my lifetime is gonna be Diesel. You know,
but when it comes to skill set though, Moses was that boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he was gonna hit the free throws.
Oh yeah.
Late in his career when he put the goggles up on his dome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Said goggle Moses. You know what I mean?
Moses looked like somebody uncle that would fix your car for a 6-pack and shit.
No.
Yo, come on, come on, come over here. I'll fix it. We don't get you 6-pack on that.
No question, man. So we're gonna move on, but yeah, that was epic. I see my bro done tapped in.
Yes,
so
sir.
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move off of the NBA and we're gonna hit the so yeah, this is week 17 in the NFL. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring in a special guest, the Bills guru, my older brother, JR. We're going to bring him in, y'all. Big bro, how you feeling?
Everything is good. Everything is good. It's always good to be on with two of the fabulous 3 men of a certain age. So I'm happy to be here.
Man,
Uncle JR, how are you, fam?
Can't complain.
Doing all right?
Still hunting. Yes, sir.
So we're glad to have you in. I don't know if you heard what we were talking about before we brought you on, but earlier in the week, Stephen A. And Mad Dog Russo, they were going through the top 5 centers of all time. And Mad Dog had Mr. 444, Moses Malone, on his Mount Rushmore before Shaq. Now, bro, you have seen Moses Malone in the Braves.
Right. At the odd, probably.
You know what I'm saying?
13 Highgate to the odd. Straight
all
right.
right, the 13 to the R, say word. You know what I mean? So give it to us younger gentlemen, the ins and the outs, and who would you say if you had to choose between Shaq and Moses? You've seen, like I said, you've seen Moses' entire career.
Well, you know, Shaq, because of his pure bulk gets an extra point and a half right there. But when you think about Moses, he was the all-around guy. He could take you down low. He could hook shot you. He could drop a 15-footer, and he would knock his foul shots down. And he was not afraid to get down there and rebound. He was a rebound phenomenon from the word go. So Moses would be in there. That is Shaq, like I said, because of his bulk, he gets a point and a half. But I wouldn't be afraid to put Moses against Shaq any day of the week. And he would give Shaq some of the business as well, because he had an all-around game. He could take you inside. He could get you hopping with a little pop shot and take you down low and slam it on you as well. He would be on my top 5 as centers would go. But my top 5, in no particular order, and it might be 5.5, 6. I would go the stilt. You got to put the stilt on there, no question. Jabbar, you got to put Jabbar on there, no question about that. Shaq, Bill Russell, he would have to go in there, although he was a forward playing in the center stage, but he would be there as well. And if you think about it, Nate Thurman, this is way before you would be there as well. He was a bruiser as well, but he could give you 20 and 10 without a problem either. And then my personal favorite is the little fat guy, Wes Unseld, who coaches how to rebound. So that would be my 5.5, 6 right there.
Nice. Respect due. But that was the last thing we were talking about before we brought you in. So I wanted to pick your brain on that. But we got you on here to. So that's exactly what we got you in here for, is to talk some football, the pigskin, and especially about the Buffalo Bills, because
the Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now.
So yeah, bro. So P and I guess it was 7 games. It was 7 games left to go.
Right.
And when we went through those 7 games, and he and I said, man, in order for them to get in, they needed to go no worse than 5-2. And then they dropped out of that 7 that we had counted. They dropped that 1 to Philly. That was the only one that they dropped during that 7-game stretch that we looked at personally. Now, the last time we had you on, that was right before the beat down of the Cowboys, right. So they went and put their hands and feet on the Cowboys, which is a good thing. And tomorrow we got a divisional foe coming in to the Bills' backyard, and as we said, they need to go 5-2 was the worst. So these last 2 games is the make or break in that 5-2 stretch, bro. So what are your thoughts tomorrow at 1:00?
Well, handle business. That's the bottom line. Put a W on the board by any means necessary, as a once great philosopher said, by any means necessary. Whether it's 1 or 21, just come out with a W. And we'd love nothing better than to give Bill Belichick his last look at Buffalo and Orchard Park with a L, so that he could go out, and a tremendous L would be even better.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, as I said all along, they have to win out, and that's every single game. So win in Miami, and let's get ready to take the AFC East and get an AFC South team coming up too below for another SmackDown.
Right.
So bro, speaking of that game tomorrow, as you just said, it would be nothing better than, to slap Belichick in the face before you send him on wherever he's going, Washington, Carolina,
Right.
not the Rams, the Chargers, the Raiders, wherever. Who knows? Maybe back in Gillette, But what are some of the keys that you're looking at for tomorrow's game?
They don't need to change anything that they have been doing in the past 3 games. They've been running the ball very well, and they've been mixing the pass in. I would certainly like to see them get Stephon going a little earlier. If he came out of the game with a tutty and about 95 to 105 yards on 6 to 8 catches, that would be beautiful. That would get him fired up going into the Miami game, and it would still keep the pressure off of the offense and Josh Allen, because they've been running the ball exceptionally well. So I'm happy with that. And they're getting healthy. They've got Daquan Jones coming back, Micah Hyde's coming back. Their health, Kyer Elam is coming back healthy, although he may not play right away, but that's depth. And
Right.
Going into these last 6-8 games, that's what you want. You want to be able to put the puzzle piece in if a puzzle piece pops out. So with Daquan Jones coming back, I think that is huge, because that's going to stop folks from wanting to think about running the ball against us. You put him next to Oliver, who's been just outstanding. The Bills have a formula for winning this thing.
So, Pete, I haven't come to you yet on your synopsis and how you feel going into tomorrow's game, and what are some of the keys that you're looking for tomorrow at
The
1?
thing about the NFL is, you know how it is any given Sunday. Like, they had problems with the Chargers. They had me on the edge of my seat. I'm like, come on, I don't want you guys to play to the level of the competition that you're playing. You know what I'm saying? You play Dallas, that's a huge team, and you play well. You let the Chargers, you know what I'm saying, get you to a point where you can almost take a L. We don't need that. Like Unc said, run the ball, hold on to it while you're running it, and stop the run. And I think it's a Marv Levy thing. I remember Marv saying that all the time. Run the ball, stop the run. That's how you win football games. I think also they need to get more involved in, if you're running the ball well, some play action to the tight ends. We got a couple great tight ends that can catch the ball and do some things after the catch. When it comes to Diggs and Davis and our receivers, it's like it's a catch-22. You want to get Diggs involved because you want to keep him involved, because sometimes he can fly off the rails if he's not involved. But you still want to stick to the game plan that got you to where you are now. You know what I mean? Because running that ball, man, we doing a great job doing that, But again, a couple of quick plays to Diggs, like Unc said, get him involved early, maybe a touchdown here or there, a bomb to him or something to keep the defensive backs for New England on their heels, but then keep giving that, letting cook. You know what I'm saying? Let him cook. You know what I mean? I think we can come out with a win. Belichick and them coming up here beating us, I don't see it happening, man.
Agreed.
So, as I look at the Bills, as a whole, and as I sit back and, watch them and rub my chin and kind of gauge them compared to the other teams that I'm looking at, like the Ravens, the Browns, could be a battle of Lake Erie.
Ooh.
It could come down. It could come down to that. When I kind of look at the Bills, I look at them versus those teams. The upper echelons, the teams that they're going to have to eventually handle or go through to get ultimately to where they're going. I think within these 7 games, they really should have beat Philly. Had they've been on the same page. Don't know if that was on Josh or if that was on Davis. But they had Philly, and what would Denny say, bro? Denny Green.
They let them off the hook. They
Exactly.
are who they
We are who they thought they were.
There we go. That's it. We let them
Let 'em
off
off
the
the
hook.
hook.
That's exactly right.
We
No
let them off the hook. But you know,
And anybody that's watching football that knows football, and even those that don't know that was the case, they let them off
Let 'em
the
off
hook
the
because
hook,
they stumped them from square one to the fourth quarter.
Yep.
they definitely that is the moniker for that game. They let them off the hook. But you know, this 7-game stretch, they have been playing, you know, well as a team. You know, they, as P said, it looked like they was gonna let the Chargers, they was gonna gack it off to the Chargers with all of those turnovers. Nine times out of 10,
Yeah.
when you have those turnovers like that, you lose those type of games.
Right.
And they found the way to win, you know, but in the playoffs, and you're not going to win those games turning it over like that. You know, they definitely have to, as they say, value the ball and protect the church's money. You know, speaking
Let me
of,
ask you a question real quick before you go forward.
all right.
Who in the AFC scares you? Either on the road or at home. Who scares you?
For me, the Bills can beat anybody in the AFC, really in the league,
In the
you know,
NFL, right?
if they put it together and protect the church's money.
Right.
I said before the season they would play Baltimore in the AFC Championship. Now, that was again before the season. You know, it looks kind of that way. Hopefully, the Ravens can do some Raven things and handle them Fins tomorrow.
That would be nice.
You know, who would you say then, bro? Since you threw it out there,
No one scares me because, as you indicated, if the Bills are playing like they have been playing, there's no one that makes me nervous other than the Bills being the Bills and beating themselves.
Right.
So we have a whole card on Lamar Jackson. We played very well against Lamar Jackson. You know, McDermott, and I have to give him his due. He has flipped this defense around to where they are playing solid football, most of the time mistake-free football between the 20s. You know, they don't let number one receivers, as we talked before, beat them. You go all the way back to Tyreek Hill with Miami. He didn't get 100 yards.
right.
A.J. Brown, he didn't get 100 yards. You name a receiver, number one receiver, the Bills don't get taken advantage of by number one receivers. And scrambling quarterbacks, they have a plan to kind of keep them in check. So if anybody, it would be Cleveland would give me the most nerves.
Right. Because with Flacco, he's steady. You know what I mean? And with that defense got to be ranked number one in the league, man.
Miles Garrett,
man,
is a monster. Is a modern day Bruce Smith. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Coming off of that edge. And not to cut you off, hold your thought on the Browns. But I told you a couple weeks ago when they beat San Fran and he put that hump move on Cat Williams, I was like, yo.
Man.
Go ahead, Lord. Finish your thought.
No, I was just saying the same thing that what Unc was saying. No one scares me at all, to be honest with you. But Cleveland, with a quarterback that's a veteran, that's won a Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? It's like they all look up. They're looking up to him like he's doing a great job of leading them, and they're talented. You know what I'm saying? And they have players that are missing, but the coaching with the quarterback and the defense is something to be a little leery of when it comes to, you know, running into them in the playoffs, you know. But other than that, man, I think we could do it, man. You know, we win these games. If we get into the playoffs, no one wants to deal. Everyone's scared of us. That's what the issue is. Nobody wants to deal with the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Getting the playoffs against us, you're gonna have some problems, man.
The wild card is we all know. As long as he don't turn into Josh Kelly,
right?
They chances are pretty good. You know,
and even still, they have the ability to overcome his one, even I'll even say two gaffes that they may encounter. He may throw a pick, Cook may put it on the ground, but the talent is there to overcome those gaffes, you know. And in the fourth quarter, I have to say I like the way he comes alive in the fourth quarter. He plays ball, and when you get down to these last games, it's Katie by the door. There is no tomorrow, and the Bills have been through the changes. My thing has always been there's 3 or 4 phases of getting there. First, you have a heart burn, then you have a heart ache, and then you have a heartbreak. And the Bills have had all of those when it comes to championship progress.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Unfortunately, I've been part of that, all of that.
Oh,
indeed, we all have.
You know what I mean?
We all have.
It's like, yo, but you know, I like their chances. First things first is, you know, to protect home field. You know,
take care of business, like I said, Carl.
You know, again, it's not gonna be easy. And like you and I talked earlier, bro, you know, it ain't got to be pretty, you know. Although people they into how it looks nowadays, it has to look a certain way for a team ultimately to be great. It has to look like this, you know. It's like, listen, man, I seen a 9-7 team win the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Just get to the playoff,
and tell me how their team looked the whole season.
That's right.
You know, so miss me with all how you looked, you know. Speaking of ugly, let's talk about tonight's Monday night game. Although it's not ugly, it's a big game between two teams, you know, who have championship aspirations. Actually, one of the teams is the team that I picked the Bills to see in the Super Bowl. I've had Detroit and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Speaking on that, what do you think about tonight's game, P?
I think that the Lions are an excellent team on both sides of the ball. I think that because Dallas has been through a lot when it comes to taking L's, I think this is the time when they step up tonight in front of this national audience. I got Dak throwing for 2 touchdowns. I got Dallas winning this game against the Lions, man.
What would you say, bro?
I think the Cowboys, the wagon has fallen apart. I think the Cowboys, this will be General Custer's last stand right here. I think they're going to lose. I think the Lions will roar. They're going to run the ball, which Detroit does very well. And they're going to put the pressure on the Cowboys because all of the pressure is on the Cowboys. And the question is now, can they handle that pressure? I say no. I see Detroit winning this 28-24 with the Cowboys fading at the end.
Wow.
Not putting the pressure on Miami. I think they're going to be chasing just as they were with the Bills. And the Cowboys are front runners. If they're not out in front, they have a hard time
coming back,
keeping the pressure.
I like that. I like the Lions pick. Like I said, I've got them representing the NFC in the bowl. Dallas has lost what, 2 straight or 3 straight? 2 straight.
2 straight.
2 straight. Yeah.
2 straight on the road. They coming home. They undefeated at home. Like you said, they front runners. They play better at home. I see a close game, but I'm gonna lean I'm gonna lean Dallas because they're gonna be more desperate than Detroit. Detroit just clinched the division last week. They feeling good. Not to say that they don't want to come in there and beat Dallas ass, but Dallas is playing is going to be their hair going to be a little bit more on fire because they lost those two games in a row, and they coming home. I'm gonna say 28-24 Dakota
and them.
and the boys. I think it's gonna be a hard fought game. I like Detroit. We'll see, but I'm taking the Dallas at home 28-24. So now let's move to the other big game besides the Bills and the Pats tomorrow at 1. The other big game is going to be a national game, a 1 o'clock game tomorrow, which is the Dolphins traveling to Baltimore to see the Ravens. Are the Ravens primed to get upset? Not really upset. Are they primed to get beat coming off of that high out there beating this? You know what I call them, P, the San Francisco?
The bully footers.
Right. They got bully footed, in their backyard on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So the Ravens coming back home facing the Dolphins. Do you think that they're going to, not be as focused because they went out west and beat the bully? Everybody had them pegged to lose. They went out there, handled their business in big time. Now they coming back home. You think they, exhale a little bit, not be up for Dolphins? What you think, bro?
Well, I think that's a real reality.
Yeah.
That can very well be the case. You kind of hope from a Bills perspective that it's not.
Right.
But the Ravens have not had that oomph game. You look through the NFL, everybody's had it. The Bills had theirs when they lost to the Giants in Denver, and Philly's lost 3 in a row. San Francisco lost 3 in a row. But everybody's been blowing and pumping gas in the Ravens' tires. And this could be their time where, Lamar decides to be Jamar. And he's throwing the ball, he's dropping the ball. And, I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I think it's going to be similar the way it was in Buffalo. But, he has a tendency to kind of be loose with the ball as well. So I hope not, but I think Miami might sneak in and let Mike McDonald have some more words for Hard Knocks, how they can come out and be a team. So I'm hoping, but I think the Dolphins might go ahead and take care of their business.
What you think, C?
Only because I think that Miami has issues with teams that are above. I know they've beaten a team above 500 finally, a winning team, but only because Baltimore is a winning team. I don't think Miami is going to go to Baltimore in that weather because it's going to be sloppy. You know what I mean? And their offense is predicated on speed and timing and things of that nature. And
Waddle ain't playing. Waddle ain't playing either.
No Waddle, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be difficult for them to get it together quick enough. And Lamar and them will jump on you quick, and it'll be tough for Miami to come back. I think Lamar Jackson is a different player now. He's more looking downfield before he takes off. But when he does take off, it's going to be hard for you to stop him anyway. But because of this new coordinator, he's allowing him to be a quarterback, not an option, type quarterback, like a college quarterback, like I'm going to run the option, I'm going to run the read, this, that, and the third. He's actually looking to throw the ball, and he does have some weapons. So if Baltimore gets out on top quick, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for Miami, man. And I don't like Miami anyway. Squish the fish, please, Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Up on the fish and squish them.
Right. Well, I believe me, everybody in Western New York and Bills Mafia across the country will have one eye on that Baltimore Dolphins game. You know what I'm saying? While they watching the Bills and the Patriots knock heads. You know,
Indeed.
I hope, you know, Lamar and them do what they need to do. You know, predicated on the Bills do what they need to do.
They need.
100%.
You know, first Bills need to do what they need to do first and foremost, and then we look at be more on them. But it's just kind of, you know, kind of janky. Then they got their rivals Pittsburgh to end the season. You know what I'm saying? Coming back cross country, but hopefully, you know, like you said, Baltimore. I mean, not Baltimore, but the Dolphins haven't beat anybody of any consequence. You know, we look at the Cowboys, they beat the Cowboys and like, yeah, whatever, you know, that's the Cowboys, you know, but those are, that's the other game I wanted to, you know, to rap with y'all about, you know, was definitely that Baltimore, Miami game. You know, this was very therapeutic for me, boys, my boys, you know, my brother and my man.
Before we take off or before we move on, I wanted to ask Unc his opinion on Sean Payton and Russell Wilson.
Well, it was foul. You know, it was straight up foul. It's a traditional rant against a black man from a white man.
That's what
he didn't jump Drew Brees like that.
Exactly.
He didn't jump anybody else like that. You know, and Russell Wilson is not a rookie. He's not a young quarterback. He's a Super Bowl winner, just like Sean Payton is. So give him the respect of saying whatever you got to say behind closed doors in that fashion. You know, don't attack the man right there in front of the whole team. And I don't, well, of course, nobody knows what he said, but it didn't look, as Leslie said earlier, the look of that was not what it was supposed to be. But he came with a good answer saying between what me and my quarterback says is between me and my quarterback. But it was a funky look all the way around.
Right. He went about it the wrong way.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was disrespectful. You know, I agree.
Any leadership situation, you don't berate someone like that in a general setting. If I'm going to berate an employee or someone, I'm saying, Leslie, we need to talk after this point or wherever we are. Or can I get a minute with you to talk? But it was foul, 100%.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, P. You know, that was some straight garbage, you know. Sean Payton, trout mouth bastard, you know. I don't have no love for him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Again, as I always say, Russell tell him, man, catch me coming out the bank. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, later with you. But as I was saying, you know, this has helped out a lot, man. My college team got murdered or getting murdered, you know, and this conversation between my friend and my brother, you know, this is always good, you know. Thanks for tuning in to MOACA Sports. You know, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down low. If you are a Dolphin fan, talk your shit down low. You know what I mean? If you ride with the Brownies, talk your stuff down low. You know what I'm saying? If you ride with Lamar and the Ravens, talk your stuff, man. You know, we're gonna be here. We're gonna keep continuing to go on, and we're gonna bring Big Bro as a special guest to talk Bills talk, as long as the Bills is to be talked about.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, thanks again for tuning in to MOACA Sports. I'm Les, for JR, for P. We're going to say peace, and always remember to make your next move your best move. We out of here. 100.
Peace.